everyone, I'm Sarah, and yeah, I'm one of the 5 finalists. Actually, I just narrowly made it in only. And so a bit about me is I work in tech for about 3 years. I have a little bit of background in automation and like computer vision, but I'm relatively new to LLMs. And also this was also my first time actually fine-tuning an LLM. So I joined this LLM workshop on the 21st September virtually. Yeah. So initially I didn't know that it was like a competition. I thought it's just like a workshop where we can learn how to fine tune. Yeah. So then after a few days, then only I started to try and fine tune and try to climb the leaderboard. Yeah, so initially what I tried was also I tried using the PartyRock app, and then my data set was also about 100 plus entries only. And with these 100 plus entries, I achieved around a higher score of around 38% as well. So actually in the PartyRock, I tried the Llama 3.1 ATB model to generate the answers as well as the Claude Sonnet model. And the maximum score I got was still only about 38%. Then then at this point I had the idea of I wanted to know what would be the score, what would be the win rate if we use like a untrained 8B model against the 70B model. Yeah, so what but then in SageMaker I don't think there was this option to like get the untrained model. So you can't submit the untrained model in the leaderboard there. So what I did was I took the initial small data set of 50 questions, and then I tried to make a lot of data inside the validation state, so to minimize the amount of training data, and then I also like make the learning rate as low as possible and make the epoch only one. And I mean, to me this is almost as close to untrained as I can get lah. Then so the win rate I got for this was actually 38%, which like kind of surprised me. This yeah. Then moving on, I was still thinking, brainstorming how I should approach this competition lah. Then like I remember at the workshop, I think one of the trainers, I think it was Ray, mentioned like the secret sauce is having a good data set. So then I started to think more about how I should improve my data set. So based on what I learned previously, I had a feeling that a bigger data set would help. And I also know that the data quality and diversity of your data is very important as well, and even more important than the size. So even though I didn't know what size I should decide on, I thought like maybe I should aim for at least 1,000. So what I did was I also generated a list of topics using ChatGPT. So I asked ChatGPT, give me a list of topics about Singapore. So yeah, so they gave me actually like a list of 14 topics which I could generate questions from, and then subsequently I also used the GPT-4o API to generate the answers for these questions like one by one. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I mean, so I had 14 topics, right? So I used ChatGPT to generate 200 questions for each topic. Then so I had 14 times 200, which was 2,800 questions. And I think my approach was a bit different from the other finalists because I think they mostly aim for having longer responses. But for myself, I actually referred to the sample data set as like a model kind of template. So I thought that we are supposed to give like that length and that kind of answers. So basically what I told the LLM to generate was like I just gave the question, then I said limit the response to like 35 words or like limit the response to 50 words. So all my training data response was actually quite short. Yeah, so for this data set of 2,800, like, so generally when I try my experiments, I try with one epoch and then 0.0001 learning rate first. And actually these were the two main parameters I played with. And so for this data set, I actually managed to hit the 44 already, 44% when I increased it to 2, but I kept the learning rate at 0.0001. Then yeah, I think after this, the way I experimented was also a bit messy. I didn't really like systematically keep one parameter and then increase another one. So for a while I didn't really like get any pattern between the parameters. And like I honestly I didn't know how to optimize also. So I was stuck there for quite long. Then I mean after that I thought like maybe I should increase the data again. So yeah, I basically this time I wanted to generate a data set that was even more close to the original sample data set, because I thought that the distribution of the questions might be similar to the test data set. Yeah. So what I did was I basically manually analyzed the 50 questions and then like put them into different categories, and then I expanded the categories proportionally based on my analysis. Yeah. So and then the data set resulting from this was about 3.1K. Then I mean I continued to experiment with different parameters on this data set as well. So starting from one epoch and 0.0001 earn rate. Yeah. So what I noticed was generally like when I increase from one epoch to 2 epoch, and the learning rate usually increases. And then when I increase to 3 epoch, then the learning rate usually will drop. Yeah. I actually had tried a few variations using the 2,800 as a base. Yeah. So this is what I noticed in general. So then I had the idea that like maybe there was like a optimal hyperparameters somewhere in between 1 and 2 epochs or 2 and 3 epochs. So then what I tried was basically increasing the number of epochs while decreasing the learning rate. So I tried the 0.00005 learning rate with 3 epochs, and it seemed to give a good result also. And then I tried to further increase the epoch and further decrease the learning rate, and then yeah, that's how I got the win rate of 46, which was the highest I could achieve on the last day. Yeah. I think with more time to experiment, I think maybe I could be more sure of this hypothesis. Yeah. So basically that's what all I have to share for the preliminary part. So for the final round, actually I don't have a lot of tips to share for that, but what I can say is like I think it's very important to make sure you're clear on the evaluation criteria, because for me I made a mistake of like I assumed that it should be within 100 words, as accurate and comprehensive within 100 words, but I think that wasn't the actual criteria. So I mean just be sure if you're joining this kind of competition next time. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Last but not least, can we have Chiho?